in this big wide world. Welcome to World Storytelling Cafe. And tonight is Tuesday, therefore it is Young International Tellers. And so far we have no young international tellers, but I am sitting in Oradea in Romania with some wonderful people. I'm sitting with Aniko and Jetta. I'm going to show you. And of course, Emma. Say hello, Emma.
Hello.
Fantastic. So, do you know any stories, Emma? You know a story? Can you tell me a story in English? Or you can say it in Romanian. Do you want to tell a story? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we've just got Jasnami from India, from Punjab, entering. She will be with us. I've just let her in. There we are. Hello, Jasnami. Jasnami. And how was your exams? Were your tests good?
Yes.
And how was the competition last week?
It was also very good. It went very well.
Okay, you're very quiet, but maybe that's just where I'm listening from. And we have here, so before you came in, I was just showing you who we had here. We had Aniko from Hungary, and this is Jasnami from in the Punjab.
Hello, nice to meet you.
She is one of our star young tellers. She started telling with us 2 years ago, at about 12 years old. How old are you now, Jasnami? 14? I thought you were, but you were only 12 when you started with us. And we have Gerta.
Hello. Hello. Nice to meet you.
She's from Romania, and we have Gerta's daughter, who's a star. I think she's going to be not quite as big a star as you. No, probably she is. But Emma, young Emma, she's very small.
Hello.
So, have you got a story for us, Jasnami? So, please tell it, and then I'm going to put myself on mute so all this, so I can order my meal. We're sitting at a restaurant here. I'm doing 20 things simultaneously, and so I will be listening to your story, but I'll put myself on mute now. Would you like to tell your story? Please go ahead.
Yes, sure. Hello everyone, my name is Jasnami and I'm from India, Punjab. Today I am narrating a folk tale from India and the name of my tale is Just One Question. At a time when Maharajas and Maharanis ruled over the whole kingdoms, meaning the kings and queens, they all had wealth and they all were good cheerers. In their hearts, they were very cheerful and happy. However, this story is about one person who was anything but cheerful. He was the most witty man said to be found in the whole India. You see, the fame of Birbal, the favored witty advisor to the Mughal king Akbar, who was worldwide known for his wit and wisdom. Everyone believed that he had answer for every question. You could ask him anything, and he had all answers. As his news was growing and he was getting popular all over the world, there were some scholars which were quite jealous of him. They had decided that they could go and check Birbal's knowledge as they wanted to prove him wrong. They believed that Birbal was not a witty man. He was just famous. Well, let's see if it's that true. So that scholar went to Akbar's court. He greeted Akbar like anyone would greet a king. Akbar most welcomed him. Akbar had faith in Birbal that he would be able to pass every test of that scholar. And so he did. What happened was that the scholar came and requested Akbar that he wanted to test Birbal's knowledge. He wanted to prove that is Birbal capable of his popularity. And Akbar said, why not? He's your son. He's here. You can ask him whatever you want. Now that scholar asked Birbal sharply, oh, wise Birbal, hearing your popularity and your fame, would you prefer to answer 100 easy questions, or would you like to answer one extremely difficult question? Birbal didn't take a while and said, I would like to answer one extremely difficult question. Now scholar was taken aback because he did not expect this. He said, are you sure you want to ask one question that is going to be extremely difficult? Quite sure, sir, said Birbal, without any nervousness. All right then, oh Birbal, said the scholar beaming. Which came first into the world, the chicken or the egg? A question that everybody is seeking answers for. A question that nobody has answered before. There was a gasp of excitement in the court as everyone's eyes fell upon Birbal for the answer. He was in a situation where he had to reply. The chicken, Birbal replied carefully. Aha, is that so? How can you tell that? How can you prove that? Do you have any evidence or stuff? Scholar said triumphantly. Well, according to me, that is the second question, said Birbal. And the challenge was for one difficult question, said Birbal with a smile, leaving the scholar dumbstruck. He had no words in his mouth. In the end, as always, Emperor Akbar was most amused, most proud, and most happy. And the people at last had to admit that Birbal was indeed a man of abundant wit and wisdom, and there was no one capable of him. Thank you.
And thank you, Jasname, for an amazing story from the beginning. Hopefully someone else will join us and you. Now, if they don't, do you have to have a second story?
Yes, I do.
I thought you might have. You've always got a story in your pocket. But before that, Norman, have you got anything to say to Jasname?
Yes, that was, I really like the story, Jasmine, that the way you knew exactly how you're going to tell the story and you went through with it. And so it was that confidence I really enjoyed. And it's also one of my favorite stories. I like that kind of story. It's a favorite kind of story where the trick question is always asked. And the person always has an answer. So that's it for the moment. I look forward to hearing your next story.
Well, fantastic. Now, I have with me a very famous storyteller from Hungary. Now, do you have any advice for our young teller?
I have a specification. I'm from Hungarian, from Transylvania.
You're, yeah,
I'm living near Brașov. Yeah.
Oh, so you're living in Nevrasov, in Romania, in Transylvania. So which is a bit like Wales. Wales doesn't. Wales is part of the United Kingdom, but it is Wales, and Transylvania is a place by itself. I think
Yeah, it's a place.
it's very different. But anyway, so from Transylvania, have you any advice for our young talent?
Yes.
And at that very moment, the noisiest car in the whole world passed by.
This is Romania.
Mm.
I think the better is to read more, to hear more stories. And this is a way of developing yourself in storytelling, to know a lot of variation, a lot of story, and to choose what is yours.
Fantastic. Well, yeah. Well, I know Jasna does that. She does, and she has an awful lot of stories. And you've been working very hard. Baba C, it's good to see you. Well, hear you at least. Presumably you're still having internet problems, so we can't see you. Just for you, Jasna May is going to tell us another story because you missed her first. So for Baba C, because Baba C definitely needs one of your stories. So tonight we have Transylvania, the two cultures of Transylvania, and we have Morocco with Walid, we've got Canada with Norman, and now we've got Washington DC with Baba C, and of course Punjab with Jasname. Right, so Jasname, have you got a second story? Please start.
Yes, I do. So the name of my second story is Jack and his companions. Jack was a poor boy who lived with his mother on a farm. This year was a very bad year for him because there was almost no harvest. There were poor harvests and there was nothing to eat. So Jack decided to go and seek his fortune, or to at least live until the next harvest. He asked his mother for a piece of cake because he was quite hungry, and then he went on his way. On his way, he heard something. It was stomping and clomping. Jack did not fear and went, and what he saw was a donkey drowning in a stream. Jack went, he rushed there, and he quickly pulled the donkey out of the stream and helped him. The donkey said, "Thank you very much, for I would have surely died. And where do you happen to be going?" Jack said, "Due to the poor harvest, I'm going to seek my fortune, or at least live until the next harvest." Then the donkey said, "Should I join you?" And Jack said, "Why not?" And Jack went with his donkey all the way. Now the two friends were walking in their own world when they saw a dog being chased by a group of children. They both didn't like it. The dog was running around and round while the children were running behind him to hit him. Now they decided to help the dog. As they saw the right moment, they picked up the dog and the dog went with him. And the dog said, "Thank you so very much for helping me. Otherwise, these children would have killed me by now." Where are you going?" said the dog. Jack replied, "We're going to seek our fortune, or at least live until the next harvest." The dog replied, "Can I join you too?" And then Jack said, "Why not? We have a friend also. And three of them went again in their own words. It was the dog, it was the donkey, and it was none other than Jack. By this time, they were quite hungry. So they sat down on the side of the road to eat something. But something strange happened. They heard a cat this time, which was mewing, because she was also very thin and very hungry. She could not resist. And Jack said that let's help this cat out. And all of them went to the cat and took care of it. Now the cat said, thank you so much for helping me. Would you like to tell me where you're heading to? Jack again replied, I am heading to seek my fortune, or at least live until the next harvest. While the cat said, do you mind if I join along? Jack didn't hesitate and said, not at all. Now this time these four friends went. It was the cat, the dog, the donkey, and Jack. And on their way, they saw an animal again. It was the cock. She was being chased by a fox this time. She was about to be a meal of such an animal. While Jack said, we need to do something. They all planned, four of them, and then they saved the cock anyhow. The cock again thanked Jack for saving her life. And she said, where are you heading towards? Jack said, we're heading to seek our fortune, or at least live until the next harvest. The cock said, would you mind if I joined along? They said no. Five of them singing, one was barking, one was mewing. They all went down the street. They entered the forest. What they saw was a light, and the cock said, it's morning, do you see the sunlight? Jack said, foolish people, it's just a candlelight coming from a cottage. They sneaked to the cottage. What they saw were 6 robbers having fun, and they were so tired outside. They all planned to make these robbers push away from the house. What they did was that Jack said, on my last countdown, you all will start barking. One would bark, one would mew, one would do whatever they want. But you just had to make noise. So they did. Jack went 3, 2, 1, and all the 4 animals started to make noise as much as they could. The robbers were scared. It was midnight, and out of nowhere people came. They rushed to the forest to save their life. And all the friends and Jack went to that house. They went to the cottage and sat. One was near the bonfire, one went to the kitchen, one was on the sofa, while other was in the stable. And they all, I guess, seek their fortune. Thank you.
Jasnami, that was amazing. I know where you found that story. And you tell it so much better than me. So that's, Alistair, I know you came in halfway through, but what did you think of Jasnami's story and the way she told it?
I love her animation. I love that you really feel the animation and the energy, even on the end of a camera.
Yeah, she works through much better than us adults do. Yes. So, Baba C, you have an opinion. I know you're having difficulty, technical issues. So you've just written what Alistair said, but
Yeah, but can you hear me now?
yeah, we can hear you.
Good. Well, I don't have opinions, I have insights. But I was saying that I was having technical issues, but Jasmine, as always, was doing a wonderful job telling. And I love, as Alistair said, I love her animation. I love her rhythm. I love her, the way she speaks is very musical, very poetic. I bet she could say the alphabet and spellbind us. So Princess Jasmine, keep up the good work. In fact, it's not even work, it's a pleasure. Thank you, Asante-san. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Baba C. Norman, you've got to have the last word.
Oh dear. Well, not much to add to what's already said, but I have to say, Jasmine, that is the first time I've actually heard that story. I've known it for years. So it was a great pleasure to hear it well told with clarity. I've always liked the story of Jack and the Animals. And it's one of those stories that travels well. Anywhere in the world that it goes, Jack and the Animals have always been welcome. And you told it and made it very welcome to my ears. Thank you.
Thank you, Norman. Now, we have with us a very young lady, Emma, here. Now, Emma, do you want to tell us a story? No, you tell a story. No, I can't. I'm not a young fella, but you're a young fella. That's me. Yeah. Oh no, that's Norman. That's not me. That's not me. That's Norman. This is me there. So, well, I'm glad to hear that, Baba C. So, Emma, do you want to tell a story? Well, or you just want to say hello to everybody? Do you want to say hello to everybody? Where are you? Oh, you want to show your book? Okay, you want to read your book? Perfect. Okay. So you want to show your book? You can say it in Romanian if you like.
Tata, awata aici. Tata a furnizat una mare, mare. Tata nu aua. Tati a făcut, tati va un pisită mare, mare. Copilul a luat un cel.
Okay. So, do you want to do some more?
A fost niciodată. A fost noapte. Și ciop a luat pisita, două pisita.
And Pisika is cat. So, how old are you, Emma? So that was the book she was reading from. Put your book down a little bit. So there. So, Emma, how old are you?
Yeah.
How old are you? How many are you? 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you 4?
Yeah.
You're 4. So we have 4-year-old Emma from Romania, from Oradea, and possibly our youngest teller. Is she? Yep. You can tell she's 4.
A fost niciodată.
She is the queen of misbehavior. But she will be a great performer. Oh, she's telling the story again. And that is pure storytelling because she's telling the story from the pictures, not the words. And thank you. Oh, well, thank you, Emma. So, can I have a round of applause? Can everyone give Emma a clap? Yes, clap Emma. Way. So, well, thank you very much, everyone. We've so we've had Romania, England, Washington DC, Canada, and Morocco. So I think we can call ourselves the World Storytelling Cafe. And what's coming up? Oh, Friday, there's a guy with long white hair and always wears a hat. That'll be myself telling stories for children at 6 o'clock UK time. I shall be in my house in Kolibica, up a mountain. I should be sitting up a mountain in the middle of a forest next to a lake. And then on the next Tuesday, of course, we've got our young international tellers again. Yasname, are you joining us again next week, or are you incredibly busy with competitions and schools and sports?
No, I'm joining. My exams are over and so are my competitions.
You're with us next week. Fantastic. Good news. Good news. So, and then on the 14th, Sunday the 14th. Oh, no, yeah, Friday. The Friday, we've got Chip coming on as our storyteller on the 13th. And then on the 14th, all day, Waleed, I'm terribly sorry about this. You're starting 10:30 in the morning and going on till something like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, this is the be cruel to Waleed moment. But no, we're sorry. But we have Get a Word in Edgeways. If I can get a word in Edgeways past Emma, Get a Word in Edgeways online festival, which I think if I'm not working, I will introduce, but Despina will be there in person in England rather than Greece. And she might be doing something. Never work with children or animals. But for now, thank you all for joining us. Why is it whenever I'm talking, these really powerful cars keep coming by?
Because you're a powerful speaker.
Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you online at some other point. But for now, wherever you are, good night, good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you are in this big, wide world. Okay. Goodness gracious me. Emma's got my ice cream. Okay. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye, Baba C. We will talk
Take
at some
care.
point.
Okay, things are getting better.
That's what I like to hear.
Me too. All right, Waleed, C out.